A chance of massive conflict. We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning and missiles are flying into their buildings. It's possible. So I had to do it.
So again, we're also hearing from the IAEA, the UN's international nuclear watchdog. They said for the first time in 20 years, Iran has not been living up to its commitment to the IAEA in terms of reporting its nuclear activities.
Talks between Washington and Tehran are set to enter a new phase this weekend. A so-called expert-level meeting, originally set for yesterday, now pushed to this Saturday. On the same day, a third round of indirect talks between U.S. and Iranian diplomats also scheduled to take place in Oman.
Iran's regime is hoping to get relief from economic sanctions in exchange for limiting its nuclear program. But there are still some signs of strain. Yesterday, Iran's foreign ministry slammed the U.S. over a fresh round of sanctions targeting the country's energy sector.
NBC News, the only Western news organization on the ground in Iran at the moment. Just tell us how people there are reacting to these negotiations and if the sanctions are lifted, just how that could change people's lives there.
There is an air of optimism here that you can feel. It's palpable. When you walk down the streets, people have been giving me thumbs up. Sometimes I'm mistaken as a tourist, and they think this is a great sign that Americans, Westerners are starting to come here. The currency, the Toman, has been going up against the dollar, not just because the dollar is going down, but because people are hopeful, and maybe that hope is giving them some confidence that there will be a deal, that there could be sanctions relief, and they believe if the sanctions are lifted, that this country's economy could thrive. Right now, Iran lives in a economic and diplomatic box. It has very few allies around the world, very few legitimate trading partners because of sanctions. It's almost impossible to exchange the currency, to ship things in and out of this country. And when you go to the bazaar, or I was at a technology park the other day, a high-tech center where people are working on AI, biotech, fintech, but it's all for the domestic market at the moment. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to develop something for the web using AI, and your only market is the roughly 90 million people who live in Iran, you can imagine that your horizons seem quite close, and you don't have a lot of options. So people here believe that there should be a deal, that it can change their lives.